Did you know that Symphony of the Seas has not one, not two, not three, but five different shows you can see on board? I didn't know that when I first boarded, so here is my take on all the different shows. So we've seen all except for one ice show. Yes, there's two completely different ice shows, and we're about to see the second one tonight. So the shows that I've seen so far are 1977, Hairspray, and Hero, and Flight Dare to Dream. Now, I didn't really care for Hero that much. I appreciate the acrobatics and things like that, but the story was a little bit hard to follow. But definitely an experience if you've never seen an aqua show before. I highly recommend seeing that. Hairspray is one of my favorite shows that I've seen this trip. I have loved that show since I was in college. I've seen every incarnation of that show, and the cast here is absolutely phenomenal. In fact, I got to meet Tracy Turnblad during the backstage tour, and I actually got a picture with her, which I'll share with you below. And the other show that we saw was 1977, which was a little bit confusing at first, to be honest with you, if you haven't seen the first part, which is currently playing on Symphony of the Seas. So this one is basically a James Bond type good versus evil trip through time. Now, the ice skaters did a fantastic job, and it was actually one of the better ice shows that I've seen Royal Caribbean do. They did a lot more dramatics and storytelling with this one. But if you haven't seen the first one, for me, it didn't make a lot of sense. And then my favorite show, other than Hairspray, was Flight Dare to Dream. Now, I did get some footage of this. The best place to sit for this show is actually probably the 6th or 7th row in the center, because there's going to be a really exciting finale. And it was really, really cool to see that finale. Plus, they honored one of my relatives in the show. So I don't know if any of you really know, but I'm actually a descendant of Amelia Earhart. She is distantly related to me, and they did a fantastic job honoring her, along with all of the other aviators and like space innovators that have passed away. And it was just a really touching tribute. Now tonight, which I'll have to get back to you later on this, we're seeing Ice 2.0, which I didn't even know was a thing until this morning when I went to the backstage tour, and I went to see the captain was a show that allowed the skaters to show off their talents and personalities in an upbeat musical celebration. Of the two ice shows, this one was definitely my favorite. So have you seen any of the shows on Symphony of the Seas? Which one was your favorite? We would love to hear your thoughts below. And as always, bon voyage!